Guys, this is Shoutmaster with a brand new video. Today we are doing the What If Deku was the son of All For One. Now, let me give you a little backstory. So, when Deku was born, his mom saw him and his dad, at a young age, got divorced. Now, Deku really didn't understand anything. He was still little though. And they just allowed him to go to their house, stuff like that. Now, Deku would not have a quirk though, and, well, his dad, is All For One. So, actually, he said, so Izuku's mom is diagnosed with a disease called, this might sound weird, but, it's called Huntington's. Now, this version of Huntington's is really weird. So, if somebody has... Okay, so her quirk actually is killing her. So, it's a weird thing. And Izuku's dad, All For One, not even the healing quirk will save her. So, she only has a few days to live. And on those days, Deku will become All For One's son though. And, well, I don't know All For One's true name, so we're just gonna call him All For One. And he's crying though, he's saying I'm not gonna leave you and stuff like that. And I know why they deserve remorse, because they were she was divorcing because she never got to see him that much though, because of his work though. And, well, after she left and she died, well, his dad would test on Deku. He wouldn't really get to go out to school anymore because he would be homeschooled until middle school or something. He would just stay at his house still a lot. And he would be homeschooled. But, he would be really smart, though. And his dad, he was only born for, 2 reasons. One, to steal All For One. To kill All Might and steal his quirk. And number 2, to become the greatest villain of all time. Now, Deku, as a little kid, didn't understand anything. And he was given 2 pets. And they were snakes. And he loved snakes as a young child. So he gave them the names of Zark and Zed. Now, Zark was a normal snake, though. He respected him and stuff like that. And, well, Zark actually, was All For One's, Nomu thing. And the Nomu, the creature supposed to, infects somebody's brain, though, turns into, this weird zombie puppet thing. And, well, Deku is hearing voices in his head, though. And he tells his dad he's hearing voices in his head. And his dad just says that you must be hearing things, though. And he does what he's doing. So, around at age 13, or I don't know how long old Deku is, around the time where middle school would be happening, though, he's still in his house, reading books and stuff. And his dad would tell him to come here, and he would. He actually obeys his father with no questions asked. And his dad would tell him that you need to, he says you need to actually, he tells him to come down to his, secret lair basement, and he says, yeah, Dad, and he gets a dart on his neck, and he falls on the ground. And when he wakes up, he's in, this little test tube thing, and, well, his dad would tell him, he would ask, where the heck am I, though, and he would see his dad. And he said, Dad, where the hell am I, though? And, well, he would see some League of Villains. Now, let's say the League of Villains already have Toga and Twice. All the rest, though. Sorry, guys, for my voice. The hell? And don't ask why am I playing games, just want to. And, well, Deku would be putting a lot of quirks in, though, and, well, they would torture Deku, though. And, well, Deku's only life was just stealing All Might's quirk, though, and he would hate All Might and stuff. So, when around the end of middle school, they told him that they're telling all the schools around here that they're doing a UA training thing so that means people could get a UA. And they're saying that All Might's going to be working at UA. And then All For One sees this as a chance, so Deku's actually in his room now. He has tons of quirks, so he has a blood quirk, a teleportation quirk, multiplication quirk, stealing quirks, and, well, a time quirk and a speed quirk. Now, let me tell you about the time quirk. Everyone thinks, oh, if you can stop time, though, you can just move around freely. No, the time quirk stops everything. That even means the air molecules. So it would build up and slows him down. So he uses a speed quirk to make himself he can walk normally. So he would tell Deku that if you get into UA, that he actually did a lot of terrible things. He would create clones of him and tell the clones to beat the shit out of him. And they do, and well, they almost nearly kill him though. And this will actually come later in the series. And so Deku gets there, and Bakugo sees him and says, well, you should immediately just go back home though, and just say you're not even gonna get into there. And Deku really doesn't take failure as an option. So he just says, shut up, nerd. He would say, shut up. And Bakugo mostly never gets to talk like that, though. And he would be spewing some more shit, though, and say some shit. Well, Deku gets to the area where he's supposed to be at. And, well, they've been told they told him about the 0-point robot, all the rest of the robots. And, well, Deku actually stops time though, and he sees All Might. Now you're gonna ask who has All Might's quirk? It's actually Bakugo, and Bakugo is still mean this version of it. And I'll tell you in the next episode how he gets quirk though, the All Might's quirk. And, well, Deku would be trying to search for whoever has All For One. I mean, where's All Might? He sees them, and, well, they tell him to get ready outside, so they do. And they tell him that you can go and stuff. So Deku is he's actually running around and destroying robots left and right. And he really wants to get into UA because, well, the terrible things his dad has done is make clones of him, beat the shit out of him, actually ripped him up with Nomu, and his regeneration quirk would immediately force those limbs to get back on him. And imagine that, but just really terribly. Am I right, Father, your people? And, well, Deku would see the 0-point robot, and he would teleport on top of it, and he would actually go into the air. Let me just draw you a picture. So let me just draw you something like that. Say this is the inside of it, and say that area in the middle of it is the core. Now, Deku actually, he uses his speed quirk to create a tornado on the bottom of the Zero robot to force it to, create a tornado. And, no, he would stop time. So the engine would slowly still be working though, but, he stops time though, and he pulls some wires. So let's say, see these? Those are the wires, and he's destroying the robot from the inside out. And he unpauses time, and he hears a girl screaming. So he teleports, and he sees her, and he goes after her, though, and trying to save her. And he does, and he creates a clone. Now you're asking, why the heck are those snakes at? Now those snakes supposed to let All For One control Deku if he gets out of place. And Ochako would say, you saved me though, and she's grateful though. And he wouldn't give a response. He would just teleport away though. And, well, Deku would get back to his house, and All For One would say, you did good or something. And he said, yeah, I did good. And All For One only cares about results in this one. So he asks what type of heroes do you see there, and he says, I see All Might. And All Might was long gone after we tried to go inside that building again. And, well, he sees his two snakes, and his snakes can actually get on him though. So after he starts school, the snakes would be camouflaging ability, speaking, actually changing their form. That's to be a missile or something, some basic things say they can change their voice to anybody's head, and they have mimicry. Now you're seeing mimicry is a quirk that allows you to mimic the voice and how they look. So Deku would have this quirk too. And, well, Deku would be trained with his father though. And he would battling Nomus in this little coat area where nobody can see him though. And, well, Toga actually likes Deku in this What If. And she really doesn't feel sorry for Deku. She does, but yeah, she feels sorry for him really badly, but she really can't do anything. Because she knows what, if anyone knows about, what she's thinking of doing, they would immediately, All For One would take her quirk, or, torture her and stuff. And, well, Toga tries to talk to Deku, and you guessed it, Deku teleports away. And, well, Deku tries to teleport away, actually, and, well, his quirk's not working, because where are those snakes, though? They're actually on him. And he says, what do you want, Zark? And he would say, oh, your dad wants you, though. And, well, he teleports. So the snakes can't stop his quirk from activating. But, they don't do it that often, though. And, well, his dad would tell him that you're going to undercover as a UA student, though. And, well, Bakugo would hate Deku this still, though. So, Bakugo's just thinking how the fuck that kid, got so strong, though. And say, I'm gonna defeat that kid next time I see him. So he's training, though, and All Might would see that at the beach. They say, young Bakugo, what are you doing? And he says, I'm training, though. And All Might sees this, and he says, well, you want to be my successor for my quirk? And he says, yes, and, immediately. So they start training, and, well, it's time to go to UA. So Deku walks there, and he sees Ochako, and Ochako sees Deku falling. So he tries to, like, he's actually, like, he almost falls. And, well, he's floating. And Ochaka's scared of snakes. So, like, she says, you know you got snakes. And he would say, I know. And she says, isn't that like your pet? Or, like, he just says, this is just my quirk. And he would teleport away before Chuck could say anything to him else. And, Deku sees Ida, and he's mostly, like, copying the quirks, because those snakes can link up to all for one. All for one can just transfer all the quirks without touching Deku to the snakes, and the snakes can give Deku the quirks. So Deku would gain, a copy quirk, or, like, a scanning quirk, so you can scan people's quirks and, like, copy them immediately. So Deku scans mostly everyone's quirk, though, and Ida tries to walk up to him, but he teleports away. And Ida's saying that was weird, though. And, well, he gives him away, and he starts doing weird stuff, though. And, well, Mr. Aizawa tells him to put that, shirt on, though. And before he says that, all of you, whoever gets the lowest, gets immediately kicked out of school. And, well, Deku doesn't want this because he really can't stand up to his dad, because mostly while his quirks, he's technically nothing in his eyes. So Bakugo goes first, and guess what? This one, he gets 2,000 meters. Now Deku sees this and he scans his quirk, so he gains explosion, but he can't scan All Might's quirk. He's saying strange though, that kid has 2 quirks, but like I can't scan the second one. And well, he uses Bakugo's quirk to throw the ball, and he says, he doesn't say anything, he just walks up, throws the ball, and he uses the explosion quirk. And Mr. Aizawa says, what's your quirk, kid? Because All Might would, what's your quirk, kid? He says, mimicry, and he would tell him that mimicry allows me to copy somebody's quirk immediately, though. And, he would tell him that he already copied everyone's quirk in Class 1A. And he would show them all, and Mr. Aizawa tries to stop him, but then Mr. Aizawa's quirk gets stopped by Deku using his quirk. And Mr. Aizawa says, what the heck you did, kid? And he said, I used your own quirk against you. And Mr. Aizawa said, kid, that's impressive. And he just teleports away, and he goes back into the crowd of kids. He would say, 2,300 meters, and Bakugo's mad because that kid got stronger than him. So Bakugo tries to, like, find Deku after class, but he really doesn't. So he would do that though, but like he's thinking, yeah, I'm not gonna do that this time. So the next one's running, so he copies Ida's quirk and Ochaka's quirk, the crane, engine gravity. So he has the ability of both of them, he uses them, and he mostly uses the engines and the gravity quirk. So he's actually like floating in the air, and uses Ida's quirk to like skate like Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic Shadow the Hedgehog. You see, all you're really slow though. And Bakugo's getting pissed by this though. And he uses, he gets both of his hands though, and he's actually trying to get there further. But he's behind Ida. And you see, he's really fast though. Bakugo's just saying, because he only has your quirk though. And everyone else is even mine. he uses Bakugo's quirk plus Ida's and Ochako's, and he wins the race. And Mineta actually gets last, but Mr. Aizawa tells him that was a joke. And Noah's laughing, and he says, what? And then the bell rings, not the bell rings, but like Mr. Aizawa tells him to classes dismissed and stuff. And Ochaku actually tries to walk up the Deku and try to talk to him when he's walking home. And, well, he teleports. But, like, his snakes can teleport back. And Ochaku says, that was weird, why you teleport? And then she gets startled and says, what the fuck, snakes, the way you did that? And he's yelling at the snakes then, like, saying, I'm gonna kill you guys, and stuff like that. And Ida and Ochaku sees this, and she says, you're speaking to snakes though, and yeah, and isn't that a little weird? And the snakes say, excuse me though, and like, Ochaku's scared because she's scared of snakes, and Ida's actually curious about why the snakes can talk though. And Ida says that, so your quirk is mimicry, right? And, well, the snake says that because your dad wants you now. And, well, he teleports away. And, well, he gets to his home, though, and All For One has remarried, but he still remembers Inko. And, well, Inko was, like, actually the mother to Deku. And they would have a picture of Inko. But, like, not, like, he would actually let Inko have her own picture. And, well, All For One asks how you did it, though, and he said, some stupid kid tried to attack me, and stuff like that. He really didn't care, though. He asked, did you see All Might? He says, no. And, well, he tells them that they're going to have a field trip in a few weeks. And, well, Toga actually, like, after All For One tells him you could go and stuff, so Deku's walking out of the basement, he sees Toga, and Toga says, hey, my name's Toga, and stuff like that. He really doesn't give a crap about anybody, but, like, he has to. And he says, hey, and stuff, and they're talking a little bit, and she says, so that's your, dad? And he says, yeah, and he asks, where's your mother? And, well, the snakes appear, and they say, they talk, the snakes pop out of Deku's, neck, though, and, like, they're forming. And, well, Toga's saying, you know you have snakes, and he says, yeah, I know. And she's not creeped about this, because she knows that a lot of people have weird quirks, though. And, well, she says that you can take some of your blood, and he says, fucking no. And, well, Shigaraki sees this, and he knows that if Deku gets pissed, though, he's just gonna tell his dad, though, and he's gonna take your quirk, but you think that's how All For One acts, though. He really doesn't give a shit about Deku that much anymore. So, Shigaraki says, Toga, we have to do something, and she says in a minute, though, and Shigaraki tells him now. So she tells him that I'm gonna come for your blood, though, in a weird way, and, well, Deku goes to his room, and All For One is rich, but, like, they would have, like, a mace, like a mansion, though. And, well, All For One technically can't see, but he has, like, this weird, heat vision x-ray thing, so you can see. So now All For One says, All For One tells Deku that we need to talk again, like just like 15 or 16 minutes later, and he tells him that you are gonna, Shigaraki is, going to attack your school, and he says, okay, and he tells me that I need to give you some new quirks. So he gives him some new quirks called, and he says that he tells him about his quirks, and he says you get a black hole, so we'll see if he burps. It would, like, if he actually gets his hand though and, like, forces it into a ball, he could create a mini black hole, but, like, it won't suck up people. It will only suck up objects, though. And he gets another quirk called creation, so it's not like that regular creation he has to know. He just have to have seen the weapon once to copy it forever. So he creates a sword. And, well, All For One tells that you have to train with that quirk for a few days. And he does. And he's really good at mastering it. And Toga sees Deku again training outside. And, well, Ochako walks up to him and he gets startled. He says, what the hell, though? And he sees Toga and she says, oh, it's you. And, well, she says that, oh, you did remember me. And, yeah, you were gonna try to steal my blood, though. And she says, yep. And, well, they start fighting, not like a serious fight, like a mini fight, though. And All For One's seeing this, and he really doesn't care. He just wants to check to see how Deku would do. Now, Toga's actually getting the upper hand in this one. And, well, Deku actually loses it, and Toga actually steals some of his blood. And, well, Deku gets really mad, though. He, like, doesn't, like, do a pouty thing, though. He just says, dang, I lost, though, in his head. And, well, Toga drinks his blood, and she becomes him. And he's a little freaked out, saying there's two of me, though, and she says in her voice that my quirk was a blood type quirk. Now Deku uses his blood type quirk to, it's called blood bending. So like he can actually force somebody's blood to bend to like force their body. But, like he can only do it like certain people though. So he uses his quirk to blood bend Toga, and like she says I can't move though, and he says I won. And well, he gets Toga out the blood bending thing, and she says you're really cute. And he says okay. He's really not excited by that because the last person that actually liked Deku though, All For One sent some people to kill their family. So he's really not trying to make any relationships. And, well, they start talking a little bit. And, they were actually trading some more. And Toga would try to stab Deku a lot, though, for some reason. And, well, Deku would sometimes lose, sometimes win. And, and he would mostly gain some more quirks, though. Now it's tomorrow, and All Might would tell you that for this one, you guys need to do we're doing a rescue thing. check. So they're doing a rescue thing, and All Might tells them that these are the teams. Everyone else is in Canada, so like everything else is canon. And Ochaku says that actually All Might would tell them that they're going first. And Ochaku says yes, and they're the heroes. And well, Deku's really excited to be on the hero side, but like he really doesn't care. So that impression. So now, Deku, actually, Ochaku says that I have a plane though, and he really doesn't care about Ochaku. And Ochaku asks, hey, why do you always like teleport away from me? And well, Ochaku sees that Deku's seriously mad because he lost a few times against Toga, and Ochaku would ask, do you need a hug though? And Ochaku would hug him though, and he really doesn't like getting hugged. So like, actually a tail would form behind him that, and like, it would actually grab Ochaku, and he would say, get off of me, you freak. And he would throw her into a wall, and he would say, let's defeat these filthy villains though. And Ochaku's still on that wall, and like, he says, oh, I must have threw you too hard, and he gets his tail, and he grabs her, and says, I'm sorry though, and she says, that's not mine. And well, Deku sees where the camera is, and he says, oh, Buck, I'm coming for you. And he starts laughing crazy, and he teleports, and well, he sees Bucko. And Bucko says, oh, the quiet type though. And Deku creates like 7 clones, so Deku actually creates 8 clones, 4 for fighting Ida and 4 for fighting Bucko. So all 4 are fighting Bucko, and Bucko's getting really mad because he can't destroy the clones because they only die when Deku tells them to die. So now, Bucko figure out how to defeat them because their weaknesses are fire or like maximum heat. So, Bucko actually uses Gauntlet to actually destroy the Deku clones. And Deku say, wow, you figured out my clone's weaknesses. And he's making a smirk remark though. Sorry for that. And he would say, well, you're going to defeat me then. So he forms a tail. And Bucko said, hey, you didn't have that last time. He says times change. So now he is actually like grabbing Bucko by the leg, and he lifts him in the air a little bit, and he starts punching him in the gut though. And he said, oh, so this is how a pro hero supposed to act, huh? And saying that, didn't you say somewhere around here that you wouldn't become a number 1 hero? And you're alluding to me. So Ochaku sees this, and Ochaku says, you need to stop though. And, well, he does the reasonable, senseless thing. He throws Bucko into Ida, and Ida catches Bucko, and Deku says, you're next. And, well, I know why Deku does not like to get hugged, because that was the last thing his dad actually did to him. Yes. Sorry. It's the last thing his mom did though, so like hugs really don't really help him though. So everyone on their side where All Might is, they're saying, geez, he's brutal. And well, All Might's thinking that must be All for One's son or something. And well, Deku would be actually like grabbing Bakugo and like continuously like throwing him to the ground, using his snakes to bite him. And well, Bakugo actually stands up a little bit and he says, "Fine, I'll finish this right now." And he gets his gauntlet and he pulls the pin and like fires a big explosion. And well, this really does nothing to Deku because he has taken worse. His skin has a little burn mark though, but like it regenerates. And he says, "Oh, you thought that would end me though?" And he uses bloodbending to stop Bakugo. And he said, "What the heck's happening?" He said, "Well, this is one of my quirks called bloodbending." He tells him that it bends anyone's blood though, to my will though. And the snakes popped out and say, "Yeah, you stupid idiot." And well, Deku is laughing, saying, "I'm gonna break every single bone in you." And he starts actually like breaking Bakugo's bones. And All Might says this must be All-For-One's kid because he dresses like him. Not with the weird mask, but like he dresses like him now. And his weird craziness. And well, Anirka said, "Young Midoriya, if you don't stop, your team will immediately lose this." And he says, "Fine." So then he breaks one more found bone in Bakugo's arm. Now, this will take like 2 weeks to repair by Recovery Girl. And he says, "Well, better finish this." So he actually tells his two snakes it's feeding time. So they actually like wrap around Bakugo and Ida. And they technically win because of chocolate touched the bomb. And Bakugo's laying on the ground. And he's trying to crawl to Deku and like punch him. And well, Deku sees this and forces the snakes to get tighter. No homo. And now they are actually like squeezing the life out of him. And he says, "Sark and Zimmerin come back." So they actually like slither off though. And he teleports out of there. And the Chaku's trying to like pick up Bakugo. And Bakugo's saying, "That kid's a fucking monster though." And he's saying, "Yeah." And well, they get there and All Might would say, "Hey, what did Deku what did Bakugo's team did wrong?" And she would say, "Well, Bakugo did use a giant explosion in the small area. He did sort of was making fun of our team. He did let his guard down, and he was defeated several times though." And he would ask what's wrong with Deku's team, and he would say that Chaku really didn't get to do anything. Deku would actually like beat the crap out of Bakugo until like he almost died. He broke mostly half of his arms, like broke both of his arms, but they're still working. And he would say that Deku did use a teleportation to get to the villains quicker, but he would say, "Isn't teleportation like against the rules?" And he would ask All Might, "Is that against the rules, old man?" And he says, "First thing, I'm not old man. Second thing, yes, that is not against the rules." And he would say, "Well, that stands for you." And well, Bakugo does have to like go through the nurse a lot now. And he's saying that You almost fucking killed me, he says. Well, if I wanted you to die, I would immediately do it. And well, everyone in the class is staring at him, and he says, what? You know how this guy is, he's a little dick. So, everything goes normal, and it's lunchtime, so they go to lunch, and, well, Deku's saying hello, and, well, Otaku actually sits by Deku, and she would say, hey, why do you, throw me in the wall anyway? And he would he would just, not notice her, though, and when Deku was actually going to try to get some water from the water fountain, Ochaku would actually follow him to the water fountain, and she would ask why he threw him in the wall and stuff. And Deku's actually physically aggravated, and he says, I don't like being hugged, though. And she says, well, everyone likes being hugged, though. And, she is technically right, though, but, Deku's, tip would be still showing up to everybody. So it's like part of a mutation quirk. So, sorry. So, Deku is basically aggravating Otaku to see this, and she hugs him again, but this time he actually doesn't, try to throw her off them. And, well, he says thanks, I guess, though, and he says, I knew you liked hug, though. And he would teleport away, but, Otaku's still hugging him, and he says, what the heck, let me go, and she says no. So he just try and teleport around, and, well, he teleports back into on top of the roof. And he says, now you're gonna let go, and she lets go, and he tells him that my mom died by old age, by this disease. Now let me rename this disease called, this might sound a little weird, but let's just call it the, trying to make something the lipo staircasing. So it actually, my mom used her quirk a lot in her life, and, well, it killed her and stuff, and she says, you must be really sad, though, and she hugs, Deku again. Now, Deku is now really angry by this girl because he was hugging him. And now he actually says, get off of me, though. And he says, no, I'm not going to stop hugging you. You need this. And, well, lunchtime's over. And Deku would teleport back to the lunchroom. And, nobody would really be paying attention to them, too. So they walk back to their trays and, throw them away. Everything goes normal, and, well, Otaku is actually bonding with Deku and such. And I hope you guys like this, but there will be a part 2 in the continuing with the series. I am sorry I deleted those most Sonic ones, but I felt like it did poorly bad on them. And I was actually going to cancel them, but my baby boy actually grabbed my phone, and he actually clicked the, when I was going to check see on my YouTube, he actually went on he actually can do a lot of crazy things. So I was going to delete some old videos that didn't really get any good views. But then he went there and clicked the 3 buttons to delete both of my mouse Sonics. And those had 132 views on them. They were so good. Now, goodbye.